I want to take you to Cleveland and introduce you to a young man, an avid fisherman who realized he was reeling in more trash than fish some days. So he turned his kayak into a makeshift garbage truck, building a program that has attracted quite the following.
So we're down here at the beautiful Cuyahoga River in Cleveland, Ohio.
Beautiful.
I think she's beautiful, you know, and it's got its problems, but every day we're out here trying to make it even more beautiful.
For Eddie Olshansky, the road to beauty runs through water.
All right, we're in search of garbage.
We sure are.
Navigated by kayak as we comb the river's banks for trash.
All right, got my garbage bag.
There you go. And how about one of these?
Got my grabber.
Bestow upon you a grabber.
All right.
Try not to lose it.
Our search does not take long.
What do you find in there?
We got a beer can, a couple of water bottles, and just some big chunks of styrofoam.
For Eddie, this cleanup is more than the occasional volunteer project. As the founder of an organization called Trash Fish, he's out here at least 5 days a week, and often he's not alone.
I feel confident. I feel really motivated and pumped to help the environment out today.
With help from social media, Eddie has recruited a school of trash fish to help.
There's no money in picking up trash, I promise you that. But without us, I think this river system is far worse off.
The Cuyahoga has a notorious past known decades ago as the Burning River. It was so polluted with oil and waste, it caught fire more than a dozen times. Such environmental disasters led to the creation of the EPA in 1970 and shortly after the Clean Water Act. Flames are no longer a concern. Trash is. You see, the Cuyahoga flows directly into Lake Erie, water source for about 12 million people.
This river, this section of this river is the last chance we have to stop this stuff before it actually gets into our drinking water.
Eddie redirects some of that stuff
30 pounds of basketballs
to his garage.
This is part of some of my collection of what I think is interesting stuff that I've pulled out of the river over the last couple of years.
He's found balls, toys, and just a couple years ago, this decades-old Pepsi can.
That just tells me that all the plastic that we put in there today is going to be there in 50 years, it's going to be there in 100 years, it's probably going to be there in 1,000 years.
He brings these items to his speaking engagements, including these old aerosol cans which look more like modern art.
When stuff like this ends up in the river and it gets punctured, underwater all that foam comes out, and this is what it solidifies as.
The most concerning things he finds, tiny beads of plastic called nurdles. They're the building blocks of almost all plastic products, often confused for food by marine life.
Joe, here's our first nurdle of the day.
Oh, you already found a nurdle?
Certainly did. It never takes long.
We find them all over, even in a plastic soda bottle.
What do you think's also in there?
Nurdles?
There's a bunch of nurdles in here.
You got nurdles in there.
But, like a drop in the ocean, bit by bit, Eddie and his trash fish are making waves and cleaning up the river.
How amazed are you by the things you see in the water?
Oh, I can't even make up the stuff that we find.
Eddie estimates since he started in 2015, they've reeled in nearly 100,000 pounds of trash.
I do feel like you're making a difference, and I think everybody does their part, that you can chip away at it a little bit.
Every bit counts, right?
Every bit counts.
Picking up a bag of trash always feels good out here, and I see the difference that we've made, especially over the last 5 years. This river looks very different from what it did when we started this.
That is what keeps Eddie fishing for trash.
Does this feel like your life's work now?
It sure is at this point. I don't think that I intended for it to be when I first started doing this, but if you were out here every day seeing what I see and you knew the people in this community, you'd want to be out here every day too, I think.
But not everyone is doing that.
Well, you know, maybe they're smarter than I am.
Or maybe you're just doing something extra special.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And he says, while he would love to believe that a day will come when he doesn't need to do this, he's not optimistic that's going to happen anytime soon. So he is prepared to be out on the river as long as he is needed. So how can all of us help, even if we don't go out there with a kayak? Well, Eddie's advice, try to reduce your trash, avoid buying stuff that has too much plastic or too much packaging, and always look for the more sustainable options. Amazing what he is doing. And this
really
is his life's passion now.
Yeah, great job. You
Thank
got
you.
in there. Some elbow grease, nurdles, all of it.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
No, but really, I mean, just some of that stuff, the Pepsi can,
Yeah.
that's unbelievable.
Decades old, and
Really,
it's still
really
there.
makes you think. Yeah.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.